Hi, everybody. This is Alexandra, your founder and hypnotherapist over at Burble. Today, we're here with Lisa Pachence, who is a very dear friend of mine, but also an incredible executive coach who was honoring me with her skills to do a collaboration with the Burble app. And so, Lisa, welcome. And I was hoping, just as we do with every other one of our collabs, we're going to ask you those five important questions. First one, tell us about you.
Thanks, Alex. I am so excited about this collaboration too. So, I am a master certified executive life and leadership coach. I am a mom. I am a personal development nerd and guru. I love looking at human behavior, where it comes from, how to change it. I think it's incredibly important for us to each be doing our own self development work, no matter where we're from, who we are, um, and being able to make it accessible to as many people as possible in whatever form suits them. So, this collaboration is so exciting to me, especially to be able to unite my skills and my passion with hypnotherapy and hypnosis and what Go Burble is doing. I have been coaching for 13 years. I started coaching before coaching was cool. I typically work with executive women in positions of leadership who are underfulfilled overachievers, those who find themselves at a crossroads in their careers and either want to move up or move out. And I work with those women because I was that woman. And I am so passionate about bringing that type of work to as many women leaders as possible. I'm also a coach for coaches. I'm an ICF mentor coach. I'm a coach supervisor. I'm a core competency trainer. So I really dive into this work with heart and soul.
Lisa, you are my go-to person when I'm having a mental block. I'm like, who am I calling? I was like, I need a coach for my inner coach. And I'm like, I'm calling Lisa. She's going to know what to do. And she always does. So she's been so instrumental. And
Mm,
if you are wowed by all the things that she does, so am I. And that's why this collaboration was so important.
mm,
With that, what I think you sort of tapped into it, but tell us a little bit about your mission, right? I know that
mm.
it's probably started very personally for you, as you mentioned.
Mhm. So 14 years ago, I found myself in a position of leadership and I was under resourced. I didn't have the skills. I was leading people twice my age and not doing a very good job with it. When I met a coach and had two conversations with her, it did what 10 years of therapy couldn't do for me. So not only was I growing the skills of my own leadership and my own acumen as a human, as a leader, as a employee, but I was also moving pieces inside of me that couldn't be touched with other methodologies and typical frameworks. So it was the type of work that I couldn't not do and pursue. I became a coach. I realized just how much this work is needed. Coaching is the second fastest growing industry in the entire world, only second to technology and IT. So it is a enormously expanding field. It is very, very needed in a modern society where we have a trust recession and a crisis of connection. And coaching is only becoming more and more mainstream. With all of that being said, I think that we as human beings desire connection, relatability, authentically understanding ourselves, being able to go deep, moving things that we didn't even know we needed to move, healing things we didn't know we needed to heal. We cannot heal what we're not willing to feel. And we can't feel it if we don't access it and aren't aware of it. And coaching works with so many of those components. My mission and passion is to equip women leaders and executives with the tools, both externally and internally, to be able to unite making an income with making an impact. And a lot of times we end up in positions of leadership from someone else's compass, someone else's vision, instead of our own aligned vision. So, for that reason and many, many more. I am out there peddling my wares as an executive coach and supporting other coaches to go deeper and deepen their craft and their mastery so they can make both an income and an impact at the same time.
Fascinating. That gave me chills just even thinking about it because it's
Mm,
true. I think coaching is expanding, and I'm really glad that you're at the cutting edge, making sure that it's being done one well by
mm,
a standard, by a certification board that makes sense. And so I thank you for all of that work.
Thanks,
That,
Alex.
yeah. What made you want to do this collaboration? I mean, I kind of pushed you into it a little bit, but you said yes. So
You really? You didn't have to do any pushing. You
I
offered it, and I was going, "Oh, yes, yes, yes." I was like a dog going after her meal. I've always loved your work. The hypnotherapy session that I had with you, and I just had the one, was mind blowing. It was so impactful. It was so resonant. Your work is valuable and unique and avant-garde and necessary. And so, besides adoring you and what you're up to and loving the work of Go Burble, if anyone out there has not listened to the Burbles, you have to go in there and listen. Alex's voice is just so extraordinary, and the work that she does is incredible and deep. You are a master at your craft. So for all those reasons, of course, I wanted to collaborate with you. And I also really enjoy combining my craft with other crafts, with other modalities. I think that the both and the partnerships that coaching can provide make it more powerful, not less. I think in a world of scarcity where we feel like there's not enough seats at the table, of course, it's easy to say, like, no, of course, I'm not going to collaborate with you because then there's not enough blah, blah, blah for me. But I don't feel that way at all. I think working together helps us both rise. Not only is your product fantastic, but I think so highly of you, Alex. And I feel like that both and is um, incredibly potent and powerful. I'm really excited for people to experience the collaboration and get that feedback.
Me too. I mean, the collaboration process is always, as a coach, I think there's this really interesting thing that happens when you can ask the right questions and get people thinking differently. You're already tapping into the subconscious mind. And so the work that you're doing is so powerful in terms of shifting perspective. And I think by combining these two trades, and especially in the executive leadership world where it is very hard and it is, as a leader myself, and it can be very lonely and it can be very painful and it can be very scary with all the responsibilities and the finances piling up and this and that.
Mm,
But to be able to take that awareness even deeper through the common themes that you've worked with your work has been so exciting. And not just because,
mhm,
like, I've done this work, but I've also experienced it, and now I can help you. And that's been so, I love helping other people, and I love helping just like the whole mission, right? It's like these two powerhouses coming together. So this was a very
mhm,
special collab for me.
mhm.
When how was the collab process for you? I think this is kind of the behind the scenes question, right? Like the making the
Yeah.
band. Tell people a little bit about the collab process. What
It
you
was so easy. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry to cut you off. It was so easy. It was so fun. It was it was working with someone who's mastered her craft. I felt like you could take my word salad or whatever opinions, thoughts, feelings I had on the topic and be able to turn it into something that was crafted so specific and potently for our particular topic that we were covering. I really enjoyed bandying our ideas back and forth about our topics too. And of course, having you make it come alive was a thrilling process.
You made it very easy, I will say, because I think right, when we put together each of the program sessions, it's very clear. It's like, okay, why do we ask this? What is the importance of this? How do we want to shift them? What's the importance of shifting it? So by getting that information, you made it really easy to put it into the subconscious language and suggestive format. So thank you for doing that part for me. I can tell
Oh,
you're a master of your craft, especially when you can look at such a large, you're in a very niche market, but there are always commonalities, but to be able
mm,
to understand the breadth within each of them, right? Confidence isn't a one size fits all model, but to be able to go, listen, I've seen it, confidence come from this perspective all the way to this other one, right? Where it's trauma to, ego over
mm,
ego. So it's interesting to be able to formulate all of that into these suggestions too.
that was so fun. I would do it again in a heartbeat.
Great. I'm going to hold you to that. We all now have this on record. Um, how do you want people to feel when they go in and they listen to the coaching program done by you, produced by Burble? Like, how would you like them to feel at the end of the program?
Mm. I want them to feel like this program was customized specifically for them as a human being. I want them to walk in with whatever expectation they have and to feel seen, to feel heard, to feel moved, to feel inspired, to feel like they've unlocked something in themselves that has them become more powerful in themselves, more like them, but more forward moving them because of it. I want
Yeah,
them to be inspired to take action.
I love that. And I think that's exactly right, right? We can certainly doom scroll through all the different Burble categories and everything, but there's that moment when you go, oh my gosh, it's like this category was made for me. Someone gets me out there, right? It's like,
Mhm,
yeah, I do need like community and connection and boundaries and all of this stuff. And I get it, but I'm not changing. So let me try this and to be surprised at the outcome of like how quickly it can shift you too. So,
mhm,
as you mentioned, one session of hypnotherapy, obviously, our work, we spent a good significant amount of time together getting really deep into that nitty-gritty session. But, um, these sessions have been curated by people who have gone through it personally and with people, and we really know
mhm,
how to formulate it so that they're really pungent. So thank you for, again, the work you do, because it's very important work.
mhm.
So as we wrap up here, I think it's always fun to leave people with like a little fun fact or story about yourself because it helps them remember you by. What's one fun fact or interesting fact that you want would be comfortable sharing with the world now?
Oh man. Uh, well, I was a high level athlete at a young age.
That's right. That's a
So
good one.
I it's a good one because it created so much of my personality, both the light and the shadow. It taught me an athletic mindset. It taught me commitment and resilience and sustainability and stamina. I like to joke and say that I became an entrepreneur and stayed an entrepreneur because I'm just really good at suffering longer than other people. And I feel
Yep.
like parents and moms, especially, might relate to this. You just get really good at suffering through things. But not only did it form um, my dedication and my perseverance, my tenacity, which made me an incredible entrepreneur. I was so lucky to have those skills, but it also carried with it a lot of the dark side and the costs. The body keeps the score from running yourself into the ground over and over again. And thank goodness for the work of hypnotherapy and therapy and coaching and wonderful mentors who reflect those blind spots and can say, Lise, take care of yourself. Your self-compassion needs to work. It needs to go from zero to something.
Yeah,
And those first years working with a coach were game changing because of that. So I'm so thankful to have had the experience that I had uh, growing up playing soccer at the high level that I did. And I'm also so thankful for this work that I get to then work on myself and continue to work through any sort of costs from that, but also offer this to other people that our shadows don't have to weigh us down and
yeah,
our light doesn't have to burn out. There can be a balance.
that's right. Well, that is a beautiful, I can't say anything better than that. So I'm going to say thank you. And please, everyone, go into the Go Burble app, LP Coaching with Lisa. Download it, use it, enjoy it. Go be the best leader that you can be, because I know she's helped me so much. So thank you, Lisa.
Thank you. Thank you, Alex.